Hey there, Capricorn. Come on in. It's time to do your energy forecast for the week of May the 5th to the 11th. Hello, everyone. My name is Lee Shanks, aka Intuitive Lee, doing the energy forecast currently for the sign of Capricorn for the week of May 5th to the 11th. All right, let's just get at her. So, everyone, I am using the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. This first card is sort of your umbrella of energy for the week coming up. And then we'll break it down just a little bit further as I move over to the Spirit Song Tarot. So let's just see what we've got in store for you this week. We have the overarching energy for your week ahead is trust your own understanding. That means your perspective is right for you no matter what somebody else's opinions, thoughts, or perspective themselves is, right? So I do feel like there's something coming up through the remainder of this week. Through this week, I do feel like something comes up. You have your understanding, you have your perspective, you have your truth. I want you to hold to that this week. I do feel like your perspective, your truth is going to be challenged. I do get the sense of a little bit of pushback here for you, if you will. And I just feel like you just need to stand tall in your truth. Don't let anybody sway you away from what you know to be right for you. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. You know this is right for you. So I want you to trust that. All right, let's break it down a little further. Again, using the Spirit Song Tarot for this. And let's see where we're going to go. All right. We have to start off with, ooh, nice start to your week here. We have the Emperor as represented here by the Panther. So the Emperor is all about strategic planning. It can be sort of that father figure energy, but I don't want to attach a gender to that. And at the bottom of this card, it does say focus and stability. And again, with this sort of father figure, non-gender specific energy, the focus and stability really is here holding the line, holding the truth of who you are. That's where the stability comes in. This is you focusing with sort of that laser focus on your truth that you're holding to this week, even though, again, you're going to get some pushback and some challenge. I feel like that starts up right at the beginning of the week here. This is why we've got the Emperor. That's really good, strong energy for you, really good, strong masculine energy in the Emperor. And I feel, again, like this is just your ability to dig in your heels and stand by your truth. Yeah, and then toward the middle of the week, we have the Eight of Shells. And this is all about, well, it's about a quest and renewal, it says here. But what I take that to be for you is this quest, if you will, Capricorn, of you finding you this week. So, you know that well, it's scientific knowledge that if a starfish loses like one of its arms, it's going to regenerate and grow back. That's the renewal. It's almost like somebody tries to cut you off at the knees as you're standing in your truth, digging in your heels, and they try to take your feet out from under you, and you're just like, I'll just grow new feet. I'll just get replanted right where I am. I'll just dig my heels right back in because I know my truth and I'm sticking to it. All right? Good for you, Capricorn. This is where your stubbornness comes in handy, right? Stubbornness is not always a negative thing. It's often seen as being a negative thing, but when it's really helping you to hold fast and be true to you, that's not negative at all, is it? Where are we wrapping up your week? And we have the Three of Feathers, and this is all about release and recovery. So I have a sense here of the recoveries from the minor wound that you're going to be getting from the sense of somebody trying to take you off of the knees, right? But it's a minor wound. Why? Because you regenerate pretty darn quick from it. And this is where you're sort of releasing yourself of the idea that somebody can take you out, right? You're letting go of the idea that anybody else has to influence the way you're thinking, feeling, acting. You get to just be you. It doesn't sort of matter where that leads to. You can be cray-cray as you like, right? You get to be you. I've met the most fascinating people in my life that other people have dismissed because they're just a little bit off center in their opinion. They come across as a bit of a, well, just not running mainstream, right? I'll never forget being in Glastonbury a couple of years ago. And in Glastonbury, there's like an angel card reader, there's a wizard, there's somebody on just about every single corner, right? Beautiful magic in Glastonbury. But I remember coming across this one person, and they were in a shop and they were set up with their tarot cards and everything. And they did their readings. And it was okay. It wasn't a bad reading. It just wasn't sort of really a stellar reading. I've certainly had better. It was okay though. And then we were walking down the street, and here's this guy, and he's dressed up like Merlin, and he's got the big blue, robes on, and he's got the big blue cap on, and he's got the little stars, and he's an older man, unhoused, and it was his only means of making a living was doing these sort of street side readings. And he had these little pieces of a yew tree cut off, and he had little symbols on each one. And what you did is you came along, you picked 3 of those face down off a tray, he flipped them over, and he gave you a reading based on what the symbols were. I am telling you, it was for sure the best reading I received while I was in Glastonbury. I absolutely loved him. He went by the name Merlin. Highly recommend him if you're ever in Glastonbury. Look him up. I loved his reading. It cost me probably 1/10 of what the shop reading was, and it was 10 times better. So this is really about you finding your way forward, no matter what other people think or say about you or who you're connecting with. There's so much magic in people that don't give a flying fig about what other people think about them. And I really feel like this can be a strong influence, allowing you to be you, right? That was the whole point of that share was, even though, other people would walk by Merlin and dismiss him as being a little bit cray-cray, this unhoused old man sitting there wearing blue robes calling himself Merlin. And here's this more legitimate looking, I use that word, legitimate looking, reader over here in this shop. And yet, I take the person that everybody else thinks is cray-cray 100 times over. All right? So allow yourself to let your freak flag fly there, people. That's kind of what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. Because if you lose people over it, they are not your people. And it's by you being you that draws your people in. So just release yourself of those expectations. Release and recover from the minor wound of somebody having influence over your thoughts and opinions, or who you think or how you think things need to be done, or who you are, right? Hold true to you, discover the magic within that, and have yourself an amazing week ahead. All right, blessed be Capricorn. I hope this reading has made sense to you. If it does, please leave me a note in the comment section below. And please do hit your like, share, and subscribe. And if you're so inclined, also hit that notification bell so that when I go live, when I hit my 1,000 subscribers and I go live offering free readings, whether it be card or mediumship or whatever, that you know about it and you get to jump on board with me at the time. All right, blessed be one and all. I hope to see you back here next week. Intuitively signing off.